Welcome back to Aiki Insights. Just want to take a break from some of the techniques we've been doing recently and as we've been going for a little while now, and we just want to introduce ourselves a little bit more, maybe even talk a little bit about our teacher, who we're extremely stoked to learn from.
We're very lucky. And I'm sure there's a lot of lucky students out there and stuff as well, but we're lucky for us that we found Mori Sensei.
Yeah. So I'm Ryan Slavin, and I'm a 5th Dan in Aikido, in Yoshinkan Aikido. And I teach on Australia's Sunshine Coast. I'm a direct student of Michiharu Shihan. He's an 8th Dan, and he was a uchideshi to Gozo Shioda, Kancho Sensei, who began Yoshinkan, who was a direct student of O-Sensei, the founder of Aikido.
Yes. And my name's Lawrence Monforte. I'm a 4th Dan. I've been training for this is my 17th year, I think. And I'm a student of the Brisbane dojo, Yoshinkan Aikido dojo in Brisbane.
Where we both have trained together for a long time. Yeah, I've been training at Brisbane dojo for over 20 years now.
Nice. I was lucky enough to train for 1 year, full time, living at the dojo and having that experience under Mori Sensei, and lucky enough to have this gentleman to train with, and many others. But while we're here, this gentleman, and I think we've helped each other a lot over the years to develop.
Yeah, definitely. Like anything, the more stimulus you have, the more you grow, and he provides plenty of stimulus.
Yeah, we like to train pretty intensely. So, and that's the whole idea of these videos too, is to like sort of demonstrate. You know, it's easy to take it easy sometimes and train in a way that's not sincere, but we're trying to get across like to sort of make Aikido work and to sort of keep its name in a positive light. A lot of work has to be done behind the scenes, so that means in your training, you know, we believe in training really diligently and trying to make it as authentic experience as possible.
If we don't feel it, we tell each other. And those who are training with us, obviously depending on their level, you have to go through the mechanics of learning the dance first. So that foot here, foot there, turn here, turn there. But there has to come a time where if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And that conversation has to be had, and we love having that conversation. We also love having that conversation with each other, because I think that's part of growth. Without that, you are dancing in the dark and living in a dream. Yeah,
and it can be dangerous for yourself, you know, like in the sense of even in training, you know, you haven't practiced something and you're not as good as you think you are, and you can hurt yourself or hurt someone else. But yeah, and like Ryan said at the beginning, of course you're working out where to step and what to do, but try and do those things to the best of your ability, you know. In training, try not to like move slowly when you're on the mats. Always try and run and show like a level of intensity. That's, I think, very martial thing to try and accomplish. That's more important than technique sometimes.
And I think that's a big part of what Mori Sensei has imparted on us from practicing at the Brisbane dojo. We've really enjoyed for the last 20 years of in many ways, well, I would like to think that it's what Mori Sensei experienced to some degree. I'm not trying to say that we have ever experienced uchideshi's lifestyle in the Hombu dojo under Gozo Shioda, but there's definitely a sense when you train in Brisbane under Mori Sensei, there's a sense of urgency and a sense of traditionalism and intensity, authenticity. If you're not on, just his look at times tells you exactly what you need to know. That you're not on your game and you need to pick your act up. And there's a lot of places and people we've trained with that are happy to just take the Budo out of the training and make it into something that's seemingly
an exercise.
An exercise.
F45 or
Yeah.
You know, nothing wrong with those things if you want to exercise, but there's a lot of elements of martial arts, not just the movements and techniques. There's so much mental and spiritual aspects to them.
And emotional. If you're not put under pressure, then you're not training in Budo.
Yes, yeah, that's the whole point.
Yeah,
is being under fire, you know, the whole time, and realizing that you can work through it
and make mistakes. And I think this is another thing with a lot of Aikidoka. There's this sense of it must be beautiful and it must work every time.
Yeah,
right.
Ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, we try to come at each other with the intent to hit, and sometimes we get hit. But even if we don't get hit, our evasion works well, and we're working on evasion. But the technique might not come on because we have been too slow or whatever. But we're learning something. And with that mindset, you're always growing, irrespective of the fact that you're showing a failure. Your failure is your step step forward, right?
Yeah. And it's okay. You see us make mistakes all the time on here, where we miscalculate a punch, and we leave ourselves open. But we're not ashamed, because we're not trying to come here to say we're perfect. We're trying to just work with people to sort of train together. You know what I mean? Like this, we're doing all the talking and stuff on the platform, but we really want to encourage people to join in the sense of talking, maybe sending us videos, asking questions, whatever.
Yeah. So that's just a little bit about us, a little bit about our thinking.
Yes.
We like to train with intensity, as we said, and Aikido is Budo, and I don't care what other forms of Aikido, Ka, and other Aikidoka and other forms of Aikido like to say. If it doesn't work in a martial sense, then it's not Budo and it's not Aikido. It's something else. I don't know what it is, but it's not this. O Sensei developed a martial art out of Aiki Jiu-Jitsu, Daito-Ryu. Gozo Shioda trained under O Sensei and developed Yoshinkan Aikido in a very martial setting. The way he learned it in the pre-World War II era. Mori Michiharu Shihan, our teacher, is teaching Aikido Yoshinkan in that form as well, as a martial art. And if anyone is not training it with the sense of it being something as a form of self-defense or a form of martial art that works to control people. Of course, there's the other aspects of martial training which enhance your life.
Yes.
But it has to work. It has to be practical, effective, and if it's not, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, correct.
I'm fully convinced that Aikido Yoshinkan is a system of self-defense that works. It works for me. I'm not saying that it's the best thing since sliced bread, but it is for me.
For me, yeah, exactly. And obviously, Aikido can be seen as, especially lately, in a negative way. And it's easy to do when people sort of look at a screen. I mean, like anything, I guess there's good practitioners and, I don't want to talk bad, but like there's other practitioners, and...
No, but there are practitioners that are not doing anything martial.
Yeah. And what we want to set out to show is that it's all in your training. If you turn up to take it easy because you've had a rough day at work or whatever,
then go to the gym.
Yeah, exactly. But it doesn't mean as well that you need to go onto the mat and destroy yourself. You just need to get out there and do the best you possibly can on that night, because your best always changes. So, but keeping these things in mind and training really hard, Aikido is something that can be really effective, and effective in your own life as well. Yeah.
But a big part of any Budo, and Aikido is just one of them, is discipline. And you see a lot of people who train in Aikido who have a lot of, they must have ill discipline off the mats, because they're not necessarily looking after themselves, they're not necessarily training in fitness, they probably couldn't do a jiwaza. And I'm not talking about injuries, I'm talking about just keeping, part of Budo is living a lifestyle that allows you to train at the best of your ability, like Lawrence was just saying. Now that doesn't stop the minute you walk off the mat.
Yeah. It's being ready. It's not like a fight you prepare months for, and then on the fight night, you know, you're at your peak. It's about, I think, being ready, or like trying to be your best. Train yourself to have a standard of being at your best consistently.
And making that best better all the time. Yeah, you come up and down, but over time you want to see improvement and growth, and you want to feel better and more alive from the experience. Now, for us it's Aikido, but it must work. If it doesn't work, I'm walking out the door. I wouldn't have stayed 20 years if I didn't think it worked. Now, does it work every time for me? Of course not. I'm not good enough. That's why I keep training.
That's why we keep training.
But I aspire to be as good as my teacher, and I aspire to be as good as his teacher. Even if it's potentially beyond my capabilities, I still aspire to that.
And remember, but through failure is an opportunity for improvement.
So a little bit of less action and more talking. Sorry if we bored you.
Yeah, we're very passionate about this subject.
But we'll see you next time for a bit more movement.
Thank you very much for listening.
Us.